How to identify and use wild herbs and weeds. Here are guidelines for the collection of wild herbs. Once we identify a plant correctly, we must know which part of the herb is useful: the leaves, flowers, seeds, or the root. With plantain, the leaves are the most useful. Here are some handy hints to help the plant's survival. Never collect the first plant that you find. Look around to see if there is a large stand. With a large stand, collect only 1/3 of what you see. If only a few plants are growing, leave them to regenerate. If you are collecting seeds, scatter some. Never strip the plant completely. When you are collecting the root, fill in any holes to prevent erosion. Collecting bark. Always collect bark from the sunny side only. Never strip bark from the whole trunk, or you will ring bark the tree and kill it. Always take the bark from the limbs and branches, not the main trunk. Do not collect from busy roadsides. To be free of lead and cadmium, culinary and medicinal herbs should be collected 10 miles from the nearest freeway. Burdock. Burdock is considered to be a noxious weed, but its root is an effective remedy for acne, eczema, and skin problems. The root is gathered when the plant is 2 years old and simmered in water to extract its medicinal properties. It can also be used to treat cystitis and kidney disorders. Calendula. Calendula is the common marigold with a sticky leaf and orange or yellow flower. The flower helps wounds to heal and acts as a mild antiseptic. 30 grams of the flower soaked in 500 ml apple cider vinegar or vodka for 2 weeks makes an effective antiseptic wash for cuts and grazes. Never use calendula. If an infection is already present, it encourages such speedy healing, it can drive an infection inward. Chickweed. The fresh young tips are delicious in salads or steam the whole herb in lemon juice and butter. Your body requires copper to absorb iron. Chickweed is rich in copper and iron, as well as potassium and vitamin C. A cleanser and tonic, it is effective for blood disorders such as anemia. It is also good for skin problems like boils and acne, coughs, constipation, and kidney problems. You can identify chickweed by the small white flowers and the hairs on the chickweed stem that change direction at each leaf node. You can confuse chickweed with scarlet pimpernel if scarlet pimpernel is not flowering. Notice the square stems on the chickweed and the lack of hairs on the scarlet pimpernel stem. Chickweed can also be confused with speedwell if it is not flowering. If you look closely, speedwell has hairy leaves. In contrast, chickweed has much smoother leaves. Common sensuary. Common sensuary is an extremely bitter wild herb, but it is an excellent kidney and liver tonic. It helps to stimulate the appetite, but is too bitter as a vegetable. The whole herb is best taken as a tea along with an aromatic herb, such as peppermint, to disguise the flavor. The tea can also be used to bathe red, irritated eyes. Comfrey. Comfrey, also known as knitbone, is able to heal broken bones and can be used internally and as a poultice externally. It heals ulcers, wounds, grazes, and sprains. Only the young hairless leaves should be eaten, and in moderation, until the controversial research showing the possibility of it causing liver cancer is cleared up. Cleavers. Cleavers is a common, sticky, rambling little weed. It is high in calcium and silica. The whole plant is used as a diuretic, which stimulates urine flow. It is also used as a blood cleanser and a tonic. When made as an infusion, it is useful for clogged lymphatics, insomnia, and will help reduce weight. The young tips are pleasant in salads. Cleavers often sticks to you as you walk by. Dandelion. Dandelion is a storehouse of vitamins and minerals. The dandelion leaves are rich in calcium, iron, copper, silicon, magnesium, sodium, and extremely rich in potassium. They are high in vitamins A, B1, B2, and C. Like all culinary herbs, pick the young leaves before flowering as they become very bitter after flowering. Eat the young leaves in salads or steam them. The dandelion has hairless leaves and a single hairless stem and yellow flower. The dandelion root is dug in late autumn or early spring. Dried and roasted to make excellent coffee. It stimulates and tones the liver, the kidneys, and stomach. spleen, and pancreas, and acts as a diuretic and tonic. A course of dandelion treatment in spring will tone up your whole body, cleansing it of winter's wastes. The dandelion can be confused with hawkbit. Hawkbit does not have a single stem like the dandelion. Hawkbit has multiple flower heads, unlike the single flower of the dandelion. And unlike the dandelion, the hawkbit has hairy leaves and hairs on the stems.